This week, we celebrate Black History Month. Stay with us. Hi, welcome to Focal Point on CCP TV, the Emmy Award-winning educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. I'm Joseph DeFeo, a student in the Communication Arts curriculum here at the college, and I'm your host for Season 8. Focal Point is a magazine show produced entirely by the students in the digital video curriculum here at Community College of Philadelphia, featuring all things having to do with the college and those related to the college. As I mentioned last time, we are still riding out the pandemic, and we will be producing all of the segments, including my part of the show, using special virtual software. We have a great season lined up for your entertainment. We will be airing a new show every week for the next 10 weeks. And if you miss them at a regularly scheduled time on CCP TV, you can catch them on demand on YouTube at CCP TV 53, Roku, or Apple TV. The summer of 2020 was an eventful one. The brutal murder of George Floyd by a white policeman brought us a sharp awareness that we still have a lot of work to do to rectify the racism that is imbued in our culture. This is the reaction of the people to the systemic racism they saw unfolding right in front of their eyes. Take a look.
I stand before you angry, upset, frustrated, pissed off, and tired. I'm tired of the sin of hatred that has caused almost 400 years of pain to black and brown people. I'm tired of the systematic racism that continues to oppress. I'm tired of driving down the street with heightened anxiety every time I see a cop. I'm tired.
These simple things in this day and age, you gotta speak about it. Let it out, make a deep deposit. These deep in pockets getting deeper. I just hope it's worth it to invest my mind, invest my time. Invest these lines and invest each time. Each time we address these kinds of things, searching for kind of things. Arms crossed on my chest when he asking me what kind of things. Let me tell you about the things we face on a daily basis. Walking these daily paces, tune into the daily station. Black man in an altercation.
I'm tired of watching crooked, evil, disingenuous, racist cops murder black people without consequences. I'm tired as hell.
I was a volunteer for the LGBT youth for Atlanta, Georgia. And one of the trans girls, who was African American, who was sent to the hospital by police brutality last night, just passed away on her deathbed in a hospital. She was only 15 years old. I want everybody to scream her name for me. Michaela Johnson! Michaela Johnson!
Just another story that we heard before, right? Simple things we get murdered for, right? Vivid picture with an open source. We follow paths on a broken course. They ain't listening.
Understand that hundreds of years of slavery was then followed by nearly another 100 of years of segregation. And people that lived through those times are still alive today. The lessons that they've taught their children are still alive today. The racist individuals who fought against black people are still alive today. The black people that staged sit-ins and fought for civil rights are still alive today. That's right. And I know because my mother was one of them. So there is no way that you can feel that racism is a thing of the past because it's very much alive and well.
We the people are done crying, are done screaming, are done period. We want liberty. We want
This next segment is very interesting because it points out that over 50 years ago, Malcolm X was talking about the same things. Has nothing changed?
The killer has taunted return. Patricia Hearst was a complete surprise.
Was that another airplane?
Our newsroom. Son of Sam.
Everybody get out now.
Tonight, Front Page Challenge welcomes the outspoken Negro leader, Malcolm X.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm recording this message because I now know my life is coming to an end. There's a contract out for my life, for my newfound enlightenment of what Islam really is. My trip to Mecca exposed the perversion of Islam by the nation, and my voice of truth threatens its entire existence. I will be silent shortly, so that the perversion can continue. Attempts on my life have been made. They are determined. One day, they will not fail. To my wife Betty and to my girls, thank you for your sacrifices.
So that we must look at this crisis and understand that it is the result of neglect.
Never let the truth be silenced. To my young brothers and sisters, before the world distorts my story, let me be the one to tell it to you. I was born Malcolm Little, May 19th, 1925, in Omaha, Nebraska. My parents were followers of Marcus Garvey, a Pan-African leader who led a movement to take all blacks back to Africa. We moved to Indiana and finally settled in Michigan for a better life. But racism thrives in every corner of this country. It is the thread that holds the country together. You must be the scissors to cut it at the root. At 6, my father was killed by the KKK. The white cowards hiding behind their masks also lynched my uncle, beat, raped, and tortured others in my family. After my father was murdered, my mother lost her mind and the government put her in a mental hospital. But I ran away and eventually landed in New York. I was known as Big Red. I fell into a life of petty crime, drinking, smoking, drugs, stealing, hustling, and pimping, destroying my soul and that of my own community. This is the fruit of systemic racism. While in prison, I met a brother who exposed me to what Islam really is. I came to realize the self-hate that drove me to relax my hair, to take advantage of my community, to live a life without purpose, was born of a society that devalued us and pitted us against each other like animals. I say without question, the Nation of Islam saved my life. It educated me on who I was, who we were, and why we were feared, hated, and hunted down like dogs. The nation that taught me the truth, that we were a powerful and brilliant race. We invented mathematics, science, and were the first to create arts and literature. The Romans and Greeks came to us to study the art of war. All we have been fed, the name calling, the intellect shaming, oppression, suppression, and race hating, all of it was to keep us down, steal our hope, pride, and dreams. But fight back by educating yourselves. Stop fighting over scraps tossed to us. Own businesses, own homes, shop in our own communities. This is how power is created. This is what the nation teaches us. I embraced it and I used it to bring Muhammad Ali into the nation and thousands more. The nation taught me that their greatest weapon used against us was Christianity and Jesus. It was used to keep our rage under control while they lynched us, burnt down our homes, and raped our women. The more I read and spoke on this, soon I became the face and the voice of the nation with the news media. That attention made me a threat. But know this, I have been a faithful servant and a soldier. I have given my all to the nation, and now the nation wants to take it all back. I went to Mecca because I learned that our leader was no longer true to the morals and values of Islam. He has become corrupted by power, wealth, and lust of the flesh. It was at Mecca that I learned the true Islam teaches love, not hate or violence, acceptance, and I look at the heart of man, not the color of skin. For this, the nation has a bullseye on my back. I will be murdered in plain sight, but don't be fooled. It will be the hands of my own people. Teach our children about black excellence. Our strength is in each of you. Work to get the drugs, alcohol, and cigarettes out of our communities. Finally, accept what I've had to accept and stick by my family because my time has come to an end. Assalamu alaikum.
We really have a lot of work to do to make this world a safe place for people of color. Before we close out the show tonight, I would just like to say that I stand with people of color who have faced any kind of racism or police brutality or any kind of racism. I stand with you, and I would just like to say that Black Lives Matter. You've been watching Focal Point on CCP-TV, the Emmy Award-winning educational channel of Community College of Philadelphia. All of the segments for Focal Point are produced by students in the digital video production curriculum here at the college. I'm Joseph DeFeo, a student in the Communication Arts curriculum. See you next time.